And we are live. Good evening, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse with Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're going to hopefully finally finish 2.3 and get started on the 2.4 content. But first, we're going to go ahead and get my level 54 Samurai quest finished. We came here looking for a rich Lalafell who had a katana. Musosai thinks might have been Gegaruju. The guy from who had the Titan, the company of heroes, the great feast to welcome me. Who just dares disturb my slumber? Oh, if it isn't the resourceful and supremely forgiving adventurer? I see you've brought company today of the far eastern persuasion besides. How very exotic. But come, what is it you wish of me? Truly now, yours truly a suspect in the serial killings? But of course it is a mistake, and no mistake about it. However, I have an inkling as to who the culprit might be. Garumi Borlumi, he is your man. He made his fortune in trade, and indulges in extreme excesses, which, coming from me, is saying something. But most relevant to your investigation is the fact that he is obsessed with all things Far Eastern, and owns an extensive collection of katana. Yeah, katana is but the plural as well because Japanese. Why, just the other day at a social gathering, he was bragging about one such weapon as though it was his firstborn. He said that he wanted to feel what it was like to cut a man down. We all had a good chuckle, assuming he was in jest. But the man always did strike me as touched. But to think he would actually go and do the deed? To kill. Simply to satisfy one's own twisted urges. This is no man, but a fiend in man's skin. Master Gegaruju, we were wrong to suspect you, and we humbly beg your forgiveness. Will you tell us where to find this depraved creature? On his ship where he lives. It's at anchor nearby for now, but I should warn you that he recently mentioned wanting a change of scenery. A ship? It's going to be tough to sneak aboard, but if we miss this chance, who knows when there'll be another. Oh, thank your lucky stars. For it just so happens that I've received an invitation from Garumi Borlumi to attend a banquet aboard his, and I quote, vessel of myriad pleasures. Okay, so this guy's a pervert, too. You may have it as a small token of my remorse to you, my dear adventurer. Show it to the man's retainer at the pier, and you will be shown to his ship. And you, showmaster, I will lend you my garb. Disguised as yours truly, none should raise an eyebrow if you were to have bodyguards in your company. With that, I bid you success. Garumi Borlumi is a troublesome business rival, and I shan't shed a tear at his demise. So he's like, go ahead and kill the... He's basically saying, go ahead and kill the shit out of him. We don't care. We are grateful. Without further ado, then, let us assume our roles and head to the pier. Why do I have a terrible feeling about this? It's because you have preservation instinct there. Oh. Because this game has swimming. New emote they added for Stormblood. Let me actually see if I can find it. Emotes. Water float. Garumi Borlumi's retainer, who is also dressed like he is a Baka Gaijin. Master Gegaruju and company, you do us great honor. The invitation, if I may. Tomomo's was... Oh. All appears to be in order. Thank you kindly. If you would step aboard, we shall cast off presently. Well, it's time for the fertilizer to hit the windmill. That reminds me vaguely of abundance. Yeah, I definitely think that's a bun. Your dedication to your passion is beyond impressive, my lord. Would that we all had your fine taste. Come now. We've scarcely scratched the surface. Save some wonderment for my prized katana. Well, fertilizer's about to hit the windmill. Ah, Gigaruju, always a pleasure, I say. And are those samurai I see beside you? A commendable first effort, my lord, but they pale in comparison to my katana collection. You would flaunt your blades you used to cut down innocents? Twisted fiend, your reign of terror ends here. You're not Gigaruju, are you? And yet I would swear we've met. Damn right we've met. I'm the would-be prey who screamed his... Oh, that is a dude. Who screamed his lungs out. Ah, yes, from the other night. You see, 'tis well and good to admire a blade from a stand, but its true place is in one's hand. This I discovered to my sheerest ecstasy. The law of good has no... the law is too good for the likes of you. You shall face the self-same end you visited upon innocence. Oh. Not only do you sneak uninvited into a private gathering, you make violent threats against an upstanding citizen? I have no choice but to summon the guards. Now let us step above, and pray put on a good show. I have a reputation as a host to uphold. One of these kind. Ah, oh, damn it. Ostergein, Koi! Time to work for your keep! He must be Ronin. Yep. That is no way to hold a katana. You are no true samurai. Bah, like there's a difference. A samurai's just a swordsman what fights with a katana, and this champion gladiator's gonna show you how it's done. You hear that? The difference is lost on this man. We must free him from his ignorance, and his head. Hold it. Hold it! I have a mind to savor this. We shall save you for last. Let us swarm the deck with an opening act. Doman Ninja? Are you shitting me? For now, we enjoy the spectacle. I too shall observe. You alone are more than enough for these false shinobi. Oh, they're not Doman, they're false. Have at her! Kiri Sute? I know Kiri is cut. I don't know what Sute means. So basically they make him as the maximum overweed, this dude. Everything, you know, he prides himself on his kit, but everything about his people are fake. Alright, let's fuck him up. This is but part of your training. Finish him with me, my pupil. Come, let us warm this deck with blood. Ho ho ho! You are outnumbered. Use Oka or Mangetsu to smite multiple enemies. They're kicking my ass. I think I might put my mega pots up. You're tough, I get you that. But how will you fare against my pet? Feeding time, pretty. Come on. Tis a fiend who resorts to using a fiend. The beast is yours. This false shinobi you may leave to me. He's not... No, I couldn't. He wasn't giving me any combos. He wasn't giving me any... Hey, fan. He wasn't giving me anything to lead off of. Okay. He wasn't giving me anything. Also wasn't using my Hisatsus. getting my ass beat in. You're tough, I'll give you that. But how will you fare against my pet? Feeding time, my pretty. I will, just... There, I have tended to my part. You tend to yours. Ow! Ow! That sucked! No, my beautiful pet! No more games! Time to unleash ... the samurai! Right then, I'll take some heads. Finally, the last act of this gaudy circus. This man is but a pretender who does not know how to hold a blade. I should be surprised for him to offer you any trouble. He's offering me fucking trouble here! He's offered me all the trouble! Get on here. Shit, move. Well, bugger this. Time to use my secret weapon. You are no samurai, but neither are you a gladiator. You are not but a craven. He's a craven who's kicking my ass. Get your ass down here and help. What the hell? How am I supposed to do that? I burned all my good pots. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Then you're gonna laugh at me. I'm gonna burn my tombstones. I'm gonna force myself to have better shit than this. Okay, all my gear is 115. Okay, 115, so that's not really much of a change. Oh. So 45 and 52 versus 42 and 49. It's not really worth it. It's really not worth it. Well, there's another way around this. Second wind, second wind. Is second wind a roll ability? It absolutely is. I'm also going to put that bankroll to use. See if there's any level 54 shit that I can wear, like crafted. I absolutely forgot that was a thing, fan. Thank you. Your potency varies with current attack power. Okay, that's good for me. Fan, I have money. You don't need to get shit for me. I appreciate it. I mean, I really do. Just sold a bunch of crap, or just got the money off a bunch of crap I put on the auction earlier. A titanium Uchigatana. Eee! Let's see if I can... Okay, the space is 4 above what I have. Let's check this Mithrite Tachi. Two and 10. Let's check gear then instead. Also expensive. $26 and $30 versus... Ooh. 33. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Uchigatana. They're wanting a weapon upgrade anyway. 10 more damage, and it's got 17 more vitality and 15 more strength. I lose my skill speed off of it, but I get determinate. No, I have skill speed on it. I lose direct hit. No, I'm losing skill speed and determination for critical hit and direct hit rate. Okay. Now that I have more stuff to work with, and thank you, fan, for reminding me of Second Wind. I forgot to use Bloodbath as well. Okay. Fan, I appreciate the advice. I really do. You're helping. Before I do, forgot I had these shit ton of max potions. That'll help too. Load, load. I think I got this at this point. Feeding time, my pretty. Okay. Think I got you now. No, my beautiful pet. Fan, you've been helping. I appreciate that. Nice back to the Scotty Circus. Shit. Shit. Hey, you are not but a craven. This can't be right. Well, I just whipped your ass. No, it's not supposed to play out like this. The banquet is over. Come, we must give chase. Fan, that helped. Thank you. I've been going through this expecting just bull power to go, and I learned the hard way that shit don't fly. That's as far as you go. Who are you? I am Musosai, and beside me is my pupil. We seek out the wicked and exact justice upon them. Musosai, the legendary swordsman whose tales I heard in Kugane? Small wonder my guards didn't stand a chance. But even legends bleed, and with my transcendent katana, I am more than a match for you. Come, this blade shall drink deep of your lifeblood. Unrepentant fiend, you belong not in jail, but in hell. Say your prayers to whatever kami you keep. Kami being Japanese alternatively for spirit or deity. But Japanese culture and mythology has a different concept of divinity than Western culture does. You needn't befoul your blade with scum such as this. We have accomplished our goal of excising evil, and for that I am glad. But this outing leaves much to be desired for your training. For you see, a samurai learns best when he faces a fellow samurai of equal skill. Alas, they are hard to come by in this land, and a pretender such as that whom you faced is no substitute. Excuse me, people, that was rude of me. Woo, we did it! Pats on the back for everyone, especially me. Now, what's this about you being a legend back at home? 'Tis ancient history. Whatever I may have been in the past, now I am but as you see me. An old man long past his prime. Well done, my friends. You have rid us of a depraved monster. His was a brutal end, but it was no more than he deserved. Justice is well served indeed. Rest assured that this mess will be cleaned up. As they say, what happens in Del Sol stays in Del Sol. We are in your debt, my lord. Our work here is done. One fewer evil afflicts. Musosai, are you alright? Worry not, I shall be fine. My endurance is not what it once was, after all. Uh-oh, mysterious illness from Master. Isn't that like anime trope number 3.5? Come, my friends, let us move on to wherever the wind should blow. And the wind blows, 'twould seem, to the forest. Momozigo, pray lead on. The forest? You mean Gridania? Oh dear. Of course, right this way. Speak with Musosai and Gridania. Okay, well, first things first, we've got to go speak to... to Admiral Fussy Britches back at... Okay. Okay. 34 minutes spent on that, or 37 minutes spent on that, people. Goes to show you I'm not as good as I think I am. That's a big, important piece of advice in this game, or in any game, or in life, really. Never be too proud to admit when you're wrong. Never be too proud to admit that you're in over your head. Never be too proud to, well, damn near anything. Just never be too proud. Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend the bridge and speak with Admiral Bluefishton. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter and we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. I still can't believe people are spending so goddamn much money on resist materia. There has to be a reason. Big ol' sign. That takes us all the way to the blacksmith joint. And covering the missing member. Is that what they're calling this bar? So this is a bar whose name literally means the lack of a penis. Hey, who in the bloody hells do you think you are talking to Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Caravayen's door. Well, screw you too, pal. And there could be somebody over here. I apologize in advance for the quality or lack thereof in any of the voice work especially accents that I'm doing here. So if I sound like ass, I roundly apologize. A precursor to a United Eorzean Grand Company? While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldic and Vameli's keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and thon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Might as well take the time while we're here to actually go stop off at my barracks and see how the training's going. The anchor yard. There's going to be 3 people over here they want me to speak to, it looks like. I only see 1. Well, if it ain't Wilhelmina, I not forget adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek a shortcut in a Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Brol, don't you? Formerly the Company of Heroes? 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? It ain't often I drag my arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? Right, You're looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Sounds like a right lark it does. All right, lass, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb in my grave just yet. Now, is there anywhere else? Oh, at the food joint and at the Marauders Guild. I'm having to walk this the long way. Very boring. I still can't believe our guildmate named himself Deus Volt. They've got to be a black mage. What the hell? What's going on here? Chief. Oh, right. Etc., etc. Future. Okay, he's admitting he was Mistbeard. Okay. Basically, I'm skipping past this to get to what we were doing. Oh, this is about Hullbreaker Isle. So I've just unlocked a new dungeon. Thinking it might have been, okay, works for me. But who the hell names their bar the Drowning Wench? Could be worse. I still remember watching that really horrible 90s movie. I mean, when I talk horrible, I'm talking really bad. It was called Cabin Boy. It was a vehicle for a very short-lived, not really very funny comedian. I can't remember his name. But yeah. Anyway, the name of the ship in that one was, they literally named the ship the Filthy Whore. I'm not making this up. Then again, there was also the ship in Icewind Dale 2 that takes you to the first city. I believe that was the... What was that again? Right. The Wicked Wench versus the... Drowning Wench. Okay, so we're looking for 2 more people. Oh, Raynor. Raynor's going to tell me, ha ha ha, no. Because he's a Commodore in the Maelstrom. It's definitely pirates. What the fuck? Oh, Satasha. Alright, we do want to talk to him. Master Alpha knows new organization. But I heard the formation of this trial company... Alright, yes, I heard this trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, The protection of Limsa Laminsa must receive my full attention. Okay, this is Blowzong's request, etc., 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 etc. Now speak at the entrance to Satasha. Okay, so now what I'm doing there is I'm unlocking the hard mode to an existing level 15, 16, 17 dungeon, getting the level 50 version of it. No, not even remotely a bit of improved gear, but Oh, here's Carvier. Ah, an organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know there's a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls in the latter category. Well, we've got everybody we're going to get in Limsa. I wish they wouldn't have had the last few quests of 2.3 be so long. There you are. Your recruiting went well, I trust? I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest? Astonishing. I knew that enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Seeds here proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nafika's altar. Okay, we are waiting for... Right. Let's see how Musasai screws up the name here. Okay, and we have a nerd here, but it's... Naming themselves after Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, or Gokaiger, the pirate Power Ranger series from Japan. Though, for whatever reason, they didn't have it stand alone when they brought it to the US. They made it a second season of an existing series, which really didn't go over very well. A nation at one with the forest. Simply being here is salve for the soul. Yet even amidst such seeming serenity, untold wickedness may lurk. Until such time as we find it, pray continue applying yourself to your art. Right then, I'll go about making inquiries at once. Froster in the forest, okay. Now that that's handled, let's get back to the quest chain. Checking something really quick. I don't have... I've got Copperbell Mines hard in. I've got Murderous Palace hard... I never got Tom Tara Deepcroft hard. I don't remember which one that was. No. Blood for Stone? Maybe I do need to speak to you, Hula. Nope. I would have swore I had the quest for Satasha hard. Or Tamtara hard. I'm gonna look that one up real quick. Get it from Corpse Room. Oh. It's a fella in Olda. Well, whoopsie daisy. Well, we'll be back there shortly, won't we? My audience with the seeds here is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you were once more to seek the task, or see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Okay, potential recruits in Old Gridania. Don't know why a Totorock, I'm sorry, a Tamtara quest would be all the way down in Olda when it's the first Gridania dungeon. That makes no damn sense. Laurentius, what do you... Wasn't he the wood whaler that was Skeevan? Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron of Buscarons. Yes, now I remember. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if jail had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. Humph. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting? And what's your policy on reformed convicts? As matters stand, the wood whalers would have no more to do with me. This may just be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this. I promise you I'm a changed man. That may not be the case, as we'll learn at the end of 2.5. How? You're not supposed to be even... Oh, you glamored it. Okay. You put the metallic blue on it. Another Dragneil? Oh, god damn it. Why do people have to be so unoriginal? Oh. I can't say anything. I've used the same character name for damn near everything at this point. Okay. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I'll fuck it up. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited. And this company of yours certainly sounds like it has some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Alrighty. Got one dude at least. They're seriously sending me to Ursendel. Old dude. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years to remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. We remember him as the fellow who was a servant to the lady who went Elizabeth Bathory up in Hawk Manor. And Alian, there's the name. And is she a healer? She's a healer. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. Oh, you, was it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, and look how far you've come. Mother Mion tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fulfill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing that I spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Now to the airship landing. This is the quest that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friends. And the rest of that song is copyrighted. Oh, it's not letting me take the shortcut. It's making me go all the way around. What news? For my part, the elder Seetzer was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer? Our company will not lack for variety. That much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike to Olda while the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Thank effing God. Let's go get the Satasha Hard quest while we're here. Because I damn near have everything I need. Because I'm getting to where I almost have everything I need for to instantly go to a Kina Katana when I have it. During my off time tonight, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up all of those hard modes. You know, get them added to my queue. Where is it? Looks like he's seen a ghost. Ah! Huh? Why, you're Wilhelmina Baldwin, the famous adventurer. Thank gods for bringing you here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Payo Rayo, one of the many faceless adventurers struggling to make their way in Eorzea. Forgive me if I sound bitter, but I don't begrudge you your renown. Your superiority as an adventurer was obvious to me long before you became a household name. Our paths crossed near Satasha, you see. Hard to believe we moved in similar circles back then. Speaking of which, do you perchance remember meeting a conjurer named Edda around that time? We used to adventure together, she and I and two others. Our little group didn't last very long. Things fell to pieces when Aver, our leader and Edda's fiancé, met his end in the Deep Croft. Harsh words were exchanged and we all went our separate ways. Since then, I've been getting on by my own. Truth be told, I hadn't planned on seeing any of my former comrades again, but then this letter arrived from Etta, containing an invitation to her wedding. But now I know what you're thinking. I should be happy for her. And I was, until I noticed the name of her groom-to-be. It was none other than Aver. What's more, the venue for the ceremony was Tomtara Deepcroft, the very place where the poor fella died. Something isn't right, I tell you. Now, in the letter, Etta wrote that Liavin, the fourth member of our group, had already agreed to attend. They chanced to meet each other recently, from what I could gather. Now, not knowing what to make of it all, I thought it wise to consult Liavin about the whole strange affair before replying. But last I heard, she joined the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and I don't have the first idea how to go about tracking her down. Not until the greatest sign of them all appeared, that is. Could you tell me where I might find her? In the lich yard of the Church of Saint Adama Landama? I'm sorry, I don't. Slain in an imperial raid, you say? By the 12, I had no idea. When did this happen? While the Black Wolf still lived? Then how can it be that Liavin met Etta recently? Gods, I don't know what to believe. I think your poor little white mage went into necromancy, buddy. If it isn't too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you'd show me Liavin's grave. We didn't always see eye to eye, but she had such a good heart, and if she's truly... Well, I need to pay my respects. Please meet me at the lich yard. Poor fella. Sucks to be him. Sucks even worse to be his adventuring group. What do you have for me, Alphino? Old the Gilded City, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope that some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting. Nobody up there. Checking up here just to be safe. Because I know sometimes the game's an asshole and likes to hide people right where it would make no sense for them to be. Wilred! You're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't... I'd already be dead. And a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyway, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man, so here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Okay, that's one fella. I don't know about the wisdom of hiring Ooh. That almost came out racist. I was about to say I don't know about the wisdom of hiring Alamegans, given that they've already been violent, though they were paid to be violent. Not entirely their fault, given that they were suckered. Orson, why does that name sound familiar? Well, she's wearing a priest's robes. Oh, what a happy coincidence! Do you remember me, perchance? I'm Orkin, of the Church of Saint Ramalama Ding Dong. Thank you again for your timely rescue. I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on Drybones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. And you're here with your companion, Thancred, wasn't it? Oh, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds like a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Nobody up here. Weavers? Why would there be weavers? Yellow Moon. Do you have pink hearts and blue clovers to go there with her? I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new-fashioned manner for propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Oh, great. Him. Offering him a job, he's going to be shitty with me. Have you come to tell me the news, soldier? Well, I've already heard it. Seems the would-be savior of Olda's refugees went and got himself killed, and not by your hand. He was just as much a pawn of the hapless cast-offs he sought to as the hapless cast-offs he sought to deceive. That's not why you're here? You'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, you're a bigger fool than you look for. Syndicate money? Alphino surely can't be that damn dumb. And there's no way he'd take money from the very people that are... God. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Okay, now to get back to the Royal Promenade. I had been hoping to get to 2.4 content today, but no. I have to be continuing the same quest I started a friggin' hour ago. Because Alphino wants to be a pain in the... Yeah. Hi. Oh, Alfie. Oh, Alfie. How fared you? What hidden gems did the streets of Olda offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamegan youth? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless. And the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. Ah yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You were concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely on outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain such a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn the people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Finally back to Mordona. An hour and 11 minutes in, finally back to Mordona. With a cutscene. What's going on up there, Sultan? Or Sultana?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea.
That it could. Or it could blow up in his face.
His impatience. Since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together.
True.
Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
True.
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity.
True.
I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve.
Right.
With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong.
Remember this scene. Remember what she's saying. This is a Chekhov's gun moment right here.
Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
Okay.
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them.
Okay.
As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies.
Right.
And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands.
Right.
Cannot be done about Telechi.
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Pretty much.
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Pretty high strung there, aren't you, little lady? I won't speculate on whether they're
Have
friends or
faith,
not.
Your Grace. It is
Or
not
whether they're
over.
more than friends or not, rather. I would think simply that he's just that deeply loyal. Okay, now finally back to Revenant's Toll. Holy shit. And what does Alphino have here? That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. You ain't kidding there, boy. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Money. Heretical harassment. Okay. Greetings. Alphino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphino to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived at Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slaffborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak to him and see what aught he requires? Back to doing real simple quests. Yay! Yay! Woohoo! While I'm here, I might as well go ahead and... I've done that one. We'll toss you in the pile. More than 30 minutes. I'm good. I won't be seeing you till near the end of the session then. What can I do for you? I thought you have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the Scions. Ha! I barely noticed your recruits arrived. 'Twas barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slaffborn, the shipment, we couldn't! Godswoman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort, but just as I sought to cross over into Mordana, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. They were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics were involved, this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortomp. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Were you not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortomp? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Horsefant will be glad for your assistance. You got a good point there. However, there's a couple of reasons I normally try to keep my games to 2 hours. I go longer, you get bored and fall asleep. That's the main reason. Actually, check something really quick. Okay. Oh, we are indeed getting close to the... Okay. So we are going to Kurthus. Okay. Let's go speak to Horsefant, see what he has for me. Already down to 39. Not bad. Well, well, if it wasn't my fine friend Wilhelmina Baldwin. Would you care for a plate of roast caracal, some mulled wine? No, I see you have not come to my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening some urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. Item level 110 stuff. That would be great if I wasn't already using 115 gear. More silver for me, I suppose.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, no, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest.
Okay. Horsefant voice, this is
Brave
new.
men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil.
Right.
Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortomp does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies.
Fortomp, I was right.
'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed.
Don't worry, we'll find who did it and wreck them.
Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day.
Point me at them, I'll mess
This
them up.
new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name.
Oh. This is a... Oh, so 2.4... Okay, that's going to be Shiva.
What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve.
So these last few quests were a lead into 2.4 in dealing with Shiva. Okay.
The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Oh, absolutely.
Halone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise.
See?
But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long.
See what I mean? If it isn't about dragons, they couldn't give a shit. Except for Horsefant here.
Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
I like Horsefant. I was one of the few, if only people to ever treat with me fairly in this whole godforsaken winter wonderland. And while I'm here, I need to remember I gotta speak to Gridania anyway, because a stone vigil. Now what we're seeing here is basically the speed version of things. The content that we've burned through in the last week, in actuality, was about a year's worth of development time. A year's worth of time of the game being live. To speak to Gridania anyway because of I am glad to see you safely returned. By the grace of the Fury and the aid you have given us, we have taken back what is ours. You surely saw what the Dravanians left in their wake, a ruin, a blood-crusted eye in need of much physicking before it can resume watch over the dragons. It will be long and hard work to rebuild the Stone Vigil, long and hard. One battle ends and another begins. Our war is a holy one, and there is no rest for the pious except in the arms of the Fury herself. Never shall the depleted ranks of Ishgar's never shall be depleted the ranks of Ishgar's glorious dead. Never shall the prayers of the righteous be in vain. The dragons will perish, just I swear, by swords whole and broken. You see, I've never finished Stormblood, but I get the sinking feeling that I never actually got that far into Heavensward, but I get the sinking feeling that this whole holy war they've got going on was built on a lie. I don't know, and don't spoil it for me if you do. Welcome, welcome. You'll be pleased to know the repairs of the Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Dravanians might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say, by the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves have somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. So zeal is only natural if it's towards your god? That ain't cool, buddy. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims? As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, a merchant might recall some detail that could aid you in your task. Love that pipe organ music in Coryphus. See, when I think pipe organ music, I think Warhammer, I think pseudo-Catholic, I think, well, I think a lot of things. Alright, Mr. Trader, wakey wakey. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly black hearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Font when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I know, I was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals, they were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my blurry gaze, and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me running off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Huh. Okay. Search the wilds of Snowcloak and defeat any heretics you might encounter. Snow crunches under the tread of heavy boots. Okay, and there is still a knight up here. See, I got cocky because of how many things I've had to fight solo that have died so quickly and easily. I took it for granted that, yeah, I am not the shit. Gah! Draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You have come seeking heretics? Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone. Vanished like icy wraiths. Okay, it's the elf woman that just, you know, snorted in derision. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff? Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? These heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best were we to return to White Brim Font and lay our suspicions before Lord Driamont. Okay, so more ring around the rosy then. Excuse me. It appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so easily, I fear I have woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Horsefant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Okay. It's still sanitary. I've only stepped on it twice, or 3 times. Boot turkey. So this was a preliminary at the end of 2.3, a preliminary leading into what the story of 2.4 would be about, which looks like it's going to be dealing with Iceheart, from what I can tell. And you notice Snowcloak is a dungeon entrance on the map. So how much you want to bet we got to fight that? Oh, Svara's up. Yeah, you better damn well bet we're going up to help fight that. Given how many times I've had problems with not having enough people to do Svara by myself before, I feel obligated to go help any group doing that. Now, fair is fair. I mean, that's only right. Oh, it's me and only me. Oh, shit. Heal him. I realize I should probably just let this fail. Okay, so it's me and a Dark Knight, okay. Me and a half-naked Dark Knight. Good lord, lady, put on some clothes. So there's now 3 of us. 4 of us! Okay, we got this. And we all got our birds out. This will be easy. Yeah, we got this one. Almost seems like a tradition when Vara shows up, everybody comes out of the woodwork. Okay, buddy. Hey, Svara. We're coming for your ass. We're coming. Where are you pulling him to? Okay, but we got you. We got you. He wasn't popping, thankfully. This is why I like Fate. Something like this, everybody shows up out of nowhere and they start contributing. And more people coming. we got him. He dead. I got a new recruit for the army. We'll deal with that when we get back to Limsa. Right now I need to get back and speak to Horsefon about the missing stuff. Sorry about that little bit of a diversion, people. Whenever I see that that series of fates happen, I feel obligated to start. Going back on my neck, good lord.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
Right. Well, things usually mean blood and pain when I'm involved. For the other guy.
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
Nothing good.
Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak?
Yes, yes it did.
Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate.
Right.
So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order.
Right.
Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma.
Not a good thing.
As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion.
Okay.
Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action.
Translation, they're gonna bung it up and we'll be asked to do it next patch.
Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche.
Right.
On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Okay. Five minutes. Okay. And back to Mordana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, I really like it when you see so many people just come completely out of the woodworks to all jump in and help each other, just like that. Just like that. And then scatter to the four winds when they're done. 'Tis good to see that you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Kurthus? House Swartholm is to send us a second shipment? I must send thanks to Lord Horsefon for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater numbers of those who would do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alphino's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. Helms that do me no good. Because they're item level 110 and I'm in 120 gear. And this is the final quest of 2.3. And we're going to keep playing until I at least get some 2.4 in, because I called this stream 2.4 beginning. We're going to have 2.4 beginning, by God. While you were away in Kurthus, preparations for an inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? We're getting there. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I am sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid! Would you be a dear and hand out these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant stolen. We haven't the time to track them all down. These recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphinote if you don't want to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Oh, let's get that out of here and go work on that. Hey. Yuhase. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. Here's your uniform. Oh god, they're Ultramarines? Why couldn't they have had uniforms for, like, the Blood Angels or shit, the Space Wolves? Why do they have to be Ultramarines? And here's Laurentius. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be putting on your damn clothes, boy! Oh, our new uniforms! I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. This is going to take like 15 minutes. The Scarlet Guard makes me proud to be as a member of Maelstrom, a hardy defender of Limsa, yet in truth I stand for the betterment of the realm. I thought this new company a fine opportunity, grand scale, blah blah. Oh, that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Okay, let's get this done. And it's Praetorium. Lead on. And someone's new. That's good for us. Who is it, I wonder? Probably that she. We're seriously not taking it here, are we? Well, I'm basically flailing around like a jackass there and taking hits. Now with this upgraded sword, which is okay, not bad, not bad. We are through. And we are going. What are we doing? XP is, nothing to write home about, but it's there. So we do have healing going in. Well, let's give me those burns. have the third boss, or second boss. Got that one. Not nearly as smooth as it could have been. Not even remotely. Yeah, we got a door open. Now it's before we pull them back to that. Wait, we're doing what? You're not. What are you doing, tank? You are. That was a waste of time. We could have killed him back in the back with everybody else. But no, we had to come kill him here. There's Sid. Are we all sitting out here? Are you going to try to pull them back out here? That's exactly what he's doing. Okay, we got him dead. Can't believe I'm being the impatient one here. Why don't we fight? Okay, good. Bring them down to the cannons where we can blow them up like God intended. Down, I was just for the Ow! Come on, take out the Colossi. I was busy doing my job. No. Okay, we got protect the cannons. Got one up. We got her. Okay. Okay, they're gone. Let's just bail. And surprise, surprise, not a single bloody commo. Because life sucks when you're living the DPS life. Hello there, lass. Looking for me, was ya? I suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Well, hear this. You got a uniform. Ooh, proper uniforms and all? This thing will cut off the blood in my head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Little Alamigo can learn much from Revenant's Toll, but this town is so alive in the midst of such desolation. Here, have a uniform. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. And there's Ilberd. Ooh. I have bad vibes about that name. I don't believe we've met. I am Ilbert, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding the others in rebuilding their lives. You're a captain? Well, here you go, sir. These uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond amongst what is, essentially, a band of strangers. We got Elian and one more. And where the hell is our one more other than Elian? Ollie, oxen free. If you make me go out the gates to find you, I'm bringing an ass whipping with me, people. Isildur has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. Well, here, have a uniform to do it with. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Well, you best get used to it. They're not outside the gate. So where the hell is our missing person unless they're inside? Nope. Hunting I will go. Oh, there you are. Wilhelmina Baldwin? Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling around. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant Stoll. Here, have a uniform. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Now to go meet Alphino. This is here the last quest in 2.3. The next quest we do will be 2.4, and I will get that started by hook or by crook. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about the person named Ilbert. I don't know why. Yeah, Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume now you've met the rest of the recruits? Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I've thought of a name for the country? Did I mention I'd thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. That's them.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made.
Okay.
With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea.
Right.
From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed.
Indeed.
Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all!
Till all are one. Oh, wait, that's a different product.
For the freedom of all!
Did they just flip me off? Did they just go... Did they just do that? No shit. They absolutely did.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur.
Ha ha ha.
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were.
You shan't.
We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
Alrighty.
The Scions stand ready.
Okay. I can't help but believe that shit's gonna go downhill from here. I have a very bad feeling about this. And that was 2.3, finally.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions.
Okay.
Yes, I'm listening.
This is Fraser Crane, and I am
Our
listening.
worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension.
Okay, power that...
Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12.
So your friend Kryl is alive. That's good.
I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger.
Okay.
My thanks. I shall contact you
Bad
anon.
news is their friends, the students of Baldessian, who've been the scholars providing them all their info and lore, are gone. Their island is gone. But one of their people still yet remains. And it just happens to be her close
When I learned of the loss
friend.
of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
Why do we gotta deal with friggin' Kryl? Why couldn't it have been Galuf? Galuf was awesome.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party.
Okay.
It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
Possibly.
I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No, not really, no.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin's silence portends not but ill, I fear.
Oh dear, so the Great Mother Crystal, the creator goddess of the realm, who has directly press ganged both of us,
I pray you yet watch over
is
us.
not been speaking. This is a bad thing. This is about as bad as stealing Jobu's rum. Okay. Well, what do you have for me next? You don't. And there's Horsefant. With the scout speaking to him. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that the shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. That is Ishgard City proper. Looks like something right out of Warhammer, doesn't it? And this is their Archbishop, or High Bishop, or whatever he's called. They aren't even trying to hide their whole church militant shtick, are they? And he's got an Ascian whispering in his ear. 2 of them! Oh, okay. That can't be good. That can't be good. And this is the first quest of 2.4. Trader. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast scribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the Grand Companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem have been found, we can do little but wait and observe. A permanent solution to the primal problem? You're putting on the Reich there, Minfilia. What the shit? As for the Ascians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the Dark Beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. You mean the ones we just spoke about literal minutes ago? Alphino did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I've offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alphino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him, and support him in whatever manner you are able. I assumed that 3 short quests would be over quickly. I was wrong. Now we're... Oh, Alphino was... He was right behind me, wasn't he? Now we see his Crystal Braves all over the place. Mind you, this takes place in a version number 2.4, so things had changed around in the world before. Well, yeah. What is it? And do be concise, I'm rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilberd. Tell him I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance. What's Ilberd got? He's a big old buck.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you?
That's the same dude that voiced Gaius! Oh, we know it's not Gaius, it's Ilberd. How might we serve you?
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us?
Yeah, that's Richard Epcar, all right.
These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
And you are not doing an English accent very, very well there, Mr. Epcar.
That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence.
Okay.
Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies.
Okay. Which
Following
company?
some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning.
Alrighty.
Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
Okay.
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
Alright.
He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause.
Okay.
These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root.
Smart.
Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste.
Okay.
Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea.
Right.
When it does,
probably will.
we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now.
Right. Smart.
We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway. And if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Okay. We have officially started version 2.4. Good God. And it's only taken us almost 3 hours to get there on 2 or 3, around like maybe 4 quests. So I'm calling it for now. I need to go stretch my legs. That and I'm getting just a little bit hungry. So thank y'all very much for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. Thank you and have a good one.